Speaking to a team that I don't necessarily like as much on paper, let's go to the Tennessee Titans.
How
here.
dare you?
They've got some questions for Benji P16. His is, will Levis take the next step in becoming a franchise quarterback? In parentheses, then, Benji says, I think this is the most obvious and relevant question for the Titans. He has declared it. What do you think about Will, first of all? And then Will
was shocking to me last year, right? You know, I questions Will a little bit of his feel for the game overall, remember, he had all the great physical talents, big, strong, can run fast, can throw the ball hard.
You thought maybe too big and too strong.
I did. I thought a little too much of that. I thought there wasn't enough of a, variety in passes, right? That was my problem, right? Which I still think I even still do question.
Sure.
But damn, how could you not like what you saw from Will Levis? And honestly, one of the better Kentucky Derby outfits from the weekend.
Did you see? I did not see him.
He was dressed like an old school, 1920s kind of had that hat on, and the vest, and looked like he was, here it is.
Oh, wow.
And looked like he was looking for Babe Ruth at the end of a baseball game to be like, hey, champ, you got 2 good cuts on the ball today. What'd you think?
Yeah.
Why didn't it go over the fence, champ?
Or looking for someone else to murder them. That's
or that could be that
Capone.
too. He could be part of the Irish mafia and maybe killing somebody later. You're right. You don't know. He could be a bootlegger and he's joining forces with Kelsey, and you don't know what they're doing. Illegal activities.
Here's the thing. You look at all those NBA suits back in the day when we were growing up, and they were all baggy and hanging off them. This is definitely a baggier suit.
It's like that old school. It's baggy around the legs a little bit.
If that's going to come back
too. I think I could sport that, but I think that was a damn good look. It really was. But
he's impressed you on and off the field.
On and off the field. Now,
is this the second part of his question?
Yeah.
I think this is the most obvious and relevant question for the Titans. Do you agree with that? I mean, there's a certain thing you could make it about quarterbacks on every team because it's such an important position. But
the Titans have a few questions.
Here we go.
I mean, it's, new regime for sure, right? We've kind of hit on this as, hey, the receiver position, right? They got enough playmakers there on the offensive side of the ball, right? I think we definitely dive into that a little bit. Now they got Calvin Ridley, sure, that helps out. They're replacing a Derrick Henry. There's more good, I feel like, when I look at the Tennessee Titans team than you realize, right? I think that's the big thing. But I think Will Levis is up there with one of the big questions for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, again,
let me throw this at you. Cortland 858.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No,
you're about to say something.
I'll go. You ask the question.
Don't forget what you don't forget it.
I won't.
Don't you dare be like, I was going to say something else, because the homies will yell at me. Cortland 858 says, who do the Titans need to add to get any kind of recognition? Sign the top wide receiver, center, and corner available in free agency. Drafted your top-rated left tackle, but still projected as bottom 10 team. My feeling looking at the roster is kind of like in fantasy. Sometimes you do the stars and scrubs strategy, where it's just like you spend all your money on the 2 top guys in the draft, and then you just try to find depth guys after that. I almost feel like the Titans did hit it out of the park. You got a big time receiver, and you got Tony Pollard, but it's did they have enough of the meat and potatoes in the middle of there to support those stars? Would be my question.
Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah.
Make good adjustments like our guy asking questions on the offensive line. No doubt, center's going to be better. Got my man J.C. Latham. Right, Latham. Excuse me. Yeah. I always want to say that.
Yeah, we need a nickname for him. So
I mean,
JC.
Again, Snead coupled with Chidobe Awuzie, right? Pretty damn good group right there. Roger McCreary's damn good as well. I think the biggest question, okay, and we know they got Tavondre Sweat. The D tackle position's good. I think pass rusher is better than people realize, right? That'd be one I'd look at. I think the O-line will be improved this year just because it's the Callahans, okay? But the other question I have, if I just look at their whole roster, is middle linebacker. I think that's the other big thing. They lost the guy, Aziz Sayer to the Houston Texans, right? They replaced him with Kenneth Murray, who certainly was a little bit of a disappointment with the Los Angeles Chargers. And I look at that part of their defense and go, Yeah, I'm not sure. I got to see it to believe it. Who's the guy there? Who's going to dominate? Do they have a real presence in that quarterback position of the defense? I don't know. I think you couple that with, hey, Levis, new system, new coaching, new style of play, right? How's that work out? Those will be the two things that, jump out to me more than anything.
We got to pick one. The most burningest of the questions is
the middle linebacker position.
The middle linebacker.
Yeah.
Defensively.
I feel like Levis is going to be good enough and serviceable enough, even where if it's not like, oh, wow. I don't think we're going to be looking at it and go, well, Levis is the problem. I don't think that's going to be it, right? It's just about how good is it going to be. I think that's where he got me to go. Like, is it going to be like, oh, shit, he's top 10 in football good this year? Or is it going to be he's in 11 to 20 range, right? That, to me, is where I kind of feel the season goes with Will Levis. But here's the other thing I was going to say. No,
this is the thing that...
Here's the thing I was going to say, too, right? That other receiver that pops up.
Yep.
Who's that going to be? Like, I like DeAndre Hopkins. He was really good last year. We got into that, right? We know it's Calvin Ridley. All right, we know Hopkins can still do some stuff there. But as I also know through my history, like guys like that, like every year there's a difference once you start to get past year 9 where it's like, oh, shit, like, damn, he lost a step even from year 10 to 11, right? And it's almost inevitable at times, right? So who's that other guy, though? If he's not quite himself or if he's banged up, does Treylon Burks show up this year? Who is it, though, that they're going to be able to count on at that position? And by the fact that they have 900 receivers on their roster tells me they don't know.
Yeah.
Right? They're literally like, we know we got these two, but we have no fucking clue who else can help out. Let's just sign a bunch of them, and hopefully somebody could do it. More than likely, it'll be our Westbrook Akine. Yo, what's up? Thanks for watching, homies. You know it's the off-season, but there's no off-season with Chris Simms Unbuttoned. It's the NFL. It goes all year around, all right? So hit subscribe, please, to hear my thoughts on your favorite team, your favorite quarterback, and, hey, how this season might unfold as we get ready for the 2024 season. We got a better picture, clearer look now that the draft is over, free agency. We know who's playing quarterback for certain teams. So, again, thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe. Peace out, homies. Check you out soon.